Not how you would have done it. You bundle things right, and that saves you up to 10% on your USAA home and auto insurance. Get a quote today.
At Fiverr, we offer 3D rendering services. But you probably already...
So Sam Altman makes an appearance at the AI for Good Global Summit. He joins in remotely while his interviewer is live on stage. Now, in order to make sure that he's human, he has to do a sort of physical captcha, if you will. So in case you were wondering, hello, that's the new way that we're going to be proving we're human, I guess. But it gets better from there because Sam Altman gives us a little preview into what's coming next, what AI will bring in the very near future. Now, by this point, you probably heard that OpenAI has recently begun training its next frontier model. Now, we're not exactly sure what to call this. It's not GPT-5 by the sound of it, or what we would think of as GPT-5. According to some announcements at the Microsoft Build Conference at the AI Summit in Paris, France, OpenAI will be dropping another model later this year. People have been red teaming it, testing it, but this is the next thing. The next big thing that's going to be coming down the line. They're getting away from the GPT 4, 5, 6 naming convention. They're going with something a little bit different. So we don't know exactly what this is called, but that's what's coming. He talks a little bit about what to expect from these bigger, better, smarter models. Some new updates on the Omni model, the voice mode, etc. Some good news on that. And to top it all off, they kind of go down a rabbit hole that I did not expect. With that said, let's get started.
What is the first big good thing we'll see happen, and what is the first big bad thing we'll see happen when it starts to really have an impact?
So I think the area where we're seeing impact even now is productivity. Software developers are the most commonly cited example, and I think probably still the best one to use, where people can just do their work much faster, more effectively, work more on the parts that they want. And like other sort of technological tools, they become part of a workflow, and then it's pretty quickly becomes difficult to imagine working without them. And so I expect that pattern to happen in more areas where we'll see different industries become much more productive than they used to be because they can use these tools, and that'll sort of have a positive impact on everything from writing code to how we teach, how we learn, how healthcare works, and it'll see this increase in efficiency. And I think that'll be the first really detectable positive thing. And I'd say we're already in that. First negative thing, I mean, obviously there are already some negative things happening with the tools. I would say cybersecurity, I don't know if it'll be the first, but it's one that I want to call particular attention to, is something that I think could be quite a problem.
Next, they talk about the limits of AI progress. When they say asymptotic, they mean, are we approaching a limit, a wall of some sort, of the speed of AI progress?
As you train it, what level of improvement do you think we're likely to see? Are we likely to see kind of a linear improvement, or are we likely to see asymptotic improvement, or are we likely to see any kind of exponential, very surprising improvement?
Great question. We don't expect that we're near an asymptote, but this is like a debate in the world, and I think the best thing for us to do is just show, not tell. There's a lot of people making a lot of predictions, and I think what we'll try to do is just do the best research we can, and then figure out how to responsibly release whatever we're able to create. I expect that it'll be hugely better in some areas, and surprisingly not as much better in others, which has been the case with every previous model. But this feels like the conversation we've had every other model release. When we were going from 3 to 3.5 and 3.5 to 4, there's a lot of debate about, well, is it really going to be that much better? If so, in what ways? And the answer is there still seems to be a lot of headroom, and I expect that we will make progress on some things that people didn't expect to be possible on the whole.
Just a quick plug here, please forgive me. I do believe that the full release of the Omni model, including the voice engine and all that goes with it, will be a big step towards allowing us to build autonomous AI agents. If that's something that you're interested in, consider joining my group Natural 20, as that's what we're going to be talking about probably in the next few weeks. Next, they talk about synthetic data. Now, as we saw with some of this new research with Orca 2, for example, out of Microsoft, and a number of others, there may not be a downside to synthetic data, to data produced by AI. It just matters whether or not it's high quality data or not. For example, Orca 2 is trained on the outputs of GPT-4. GPT-4 would answer these little riddles or word problems, let's say, and then it would explain its reasoning. That data would be fed into this new model Orca 2, which then became really effective at doing those sorts of problems. It would be as good as models 10 times its size in that specific area. What's interesting is both Mark Zuckerberg in his interview when Llama 3 was released and Sam in this interview are kind of hinting at this idea that the idea of training runs and data production, it's not quite as cut and dry as we initially thought it was. It seems like it's becoming a bit more of a continuous sort of cycle, a flywheel of sorts.
Though this is also the first time you're going to have a model that will be trained in large part on synthetic data. I presume, because the web now contains lots of synthetic data, meaning data that was created by other large language models. How worried are you that training a large language model on data created by large language models will lead to corruption of the system?
I think what you need is high quality data. There is low quality synthetic data, there's low quality human data. And as long as we can find enough quality data to train our models, or another thing is ways to train, get better at data efficiency and learn more from smaller amounts of data, or any number of other techniques, I think that's okay. And I'd say we feel like we have what we need for this next model.
Have you created massive amounts of synthetic data to train your model on? Have you self-generated data for training?
We of course have done all sorts of experiments, including generating lots of synthetic data. My hope is that there will be, there'd be something like very strange if the best way to train a model was to just generate like a quadrillion tokens of synthetic data and feed that back in. You'd say that like somehow that seems inefficient, and there ought to be something where you can just learn more from the data as you're training. I think we still have a lot to figure out. But yeah, of course we've generated lots of synthetic data to experiment training on that. But again, I think the core of what you're asking is how can you learn more from less data?
That's interesting.
Last week I asked Claude 3 to generate some code for me, and it was like, I can't. I'm a bridge now, which was confusing. It was part of Anthropic's research into interpretability, so basically understanding which neurons in these neural nets, in these large language models, which neurons contribute to the generation, what they're actually doing, what they're thinking. And the reality is we don't really know, we're just beginning to discover it, which certainly scares some people. It's a bit of a black box. Here's Sam Altman tackling that issue.
Last year you did this fascinating interview with Patrick Collison, the founder of Stripe. And he asked this great question. He said, is there anything that could change in AI that would make you much less concerned that AI will have dramatic bad effects in the world? And you said, well, if we could understand what exactly is happening behind the scenes, if you could understand what is happening with one neuron, and you wish that you could do that in the gut, not at just the interface level. Is that the right way to think about it?
China.
And have you solved this problem?
I think safety is going to require like a whole package approach. But this question of interpretability does seem like a useful thing to
Spain is in China.
understand. And there's many levels at which that could work. We certainly have not solved interpretability. There's a number of things that I'm very excited about, but nothing close to where I would say, everybody can go home. We've got this figured out.
This song is going too far. China.
It does seem to me that the more we can understand what's happening in these models, the better. And I think that is part of this cohesive package to how we can make and verify safety claims.
But if you don't understand what's happening, isn't that an argument to not keep releasing new, more powerful models?
I don't don't say never
understand
anymore.
what's happening
You don't
in
know
your
what
brain
you don't
at
know
a
what's in store.
neuron
What I
level.
will say is
And
this:
yet
I'm
we
gonna stay
can
positive
follow
out here.
some rules.
I'm gonna do the
We
right
can ask
thing.
you to
You know,
explain
I'm not
why you
gonna
think something.
make no moves.
There are
Put
other
myself
ways
in the
to
cross
understand the
where
system
these people
besides
can just.
understanding it at that sort of neuron by neuron level. The characteristics, the behavior of these systems is extremely well characterized. And one of the things I think that has surprised a lot of people in the field, including me, is the degree to which we have been able to get very quickly and sort of when viewed on the history of a new technology scale, these systems to be generally considered safe and robust.
This is from Ethan Hawke's blog, One Useful Thing. The post is called Centaurs and Cyborgs on the Jagged Frontier. The interesting thing, one of the many interesting things that they covered on this one is that AI really helps the less capable employees more than the top employees. So if you divide people into the top half skilled participants and the bottom half skilled participants, using AI like ChatGPT helps both of them, but not equally. The bottom half sees a much stronger effect, a much stronger improvement in their ability to do the task. This is what they're going to refer to in this next section.
Since November of last year, I've kept this list of questions where very smart people in AI disagree. And to me, one of the most interesting is whether it will make income inequality worse or whether it will make income inequality better. And I feel like I've listened to lots and lots of your podcasts, and it's come up a couple times. And you talk in some ways about actually potentially making income inequality worse and the need for universal basic income to counter that. But this morning on the stage, Aziz Azar was here, and he was citing economic studies, and other people have cited them as well, that suggest that actually AI tools, when implemented in, say, a call center, help the lowest paid workers more than the highest paid workers. As AI has been rolled out, has this changed your view of what will happen with income inequality in the world, both within countries and across countries?
Let me give an example first. Today we launched OpenAI for nonprofits. We're seeing an initiative to make our tools more cheaper and more widely available for nonprofits. So there's discounts, there's ways to share best practices. People have been doing amazing work with this. One example is the International Rescue Committee using our tools and having great results from that integration, supporting overstretched teachers and learners in real crisis zones. And I think that is an example of where these tools, because you can automate something that has been difficult and make intelligence, however you want to call that, much more widely available, can really help people that need it more than it would help people in already a rich context.
But next time I might get
launch that program
several little small bags and try to figure out
what you're
a different
talking
coffee. I
about.
mean, I don't drink it that much. I had that shit in there.
Well, I drink that super dark roast, and also I drink medium.
Yo, good morning.
Does more to help
So drinking medium coffee now is just weird to
the
me.
richest people, and we really believe that. We're enthusiastic about it. It is a huge part of why we want to build these tools, and I think it's a huge part of the history of technology and the arc of what's been happening.
Ben's open at 9.
So,
but there's a line outside that ditch at 8:30.
I think technology does a great deal to lift the world to more abundance, greater heights of better prosperity, whatever you want to call it. And I'm optimistic for that. I don't think that'll require any special intervention.
There is nothing I need. I keep saying this all the time, especially on my birthdays when it's gift giving time. There's not one thing that I need. I feel like I have everything in this world that I need, and all the extras I need too, but I still be trying to find shit. You might see something you ain't know you need.
I'm not a believer that there won't be any jobs. I think we always
I walked in there, I got that cowboy hat out that shit for $10.
Society itself will
That's like a $60 hat, $70 hat.
Be up for some degree of debate and reconfiguration.
And that reconfiguration will be led.
I've only been in there twice, and the 2 times, so the one time I got that cowboy hat from out of there, and I got this thing. And the cowboy hat and that thing was I think they charged me $17 for all that shit. And then the second time we went there, I got
as the world gets richer. social safety nets are
that
a great
neck
example
pillow
of this.
for like $3. I had got something else out that bitch.
And next is the idea of what happens to
I got
the internet as more and more AI generated content is posted out there, is
I
flooding
can't
the web.
remember, but
I'm actually
I
kind
mean,
of
if you
curious
look
about this
through
one
those
myself.
things, there's
Here's
a
how
bunch of
Sam
stuff. They had this
sees
foot
it.
massage
Let
in
me
there.
ask you about another big thing
And
that
like,
I worry about.
my homegirl, she posted hers on Instagram. She was like, cause she
Iteration
do
of AI
like
is
desk work
that
too. I guess she was working from
the
home one day.
web
She's
becomes
like,
almost
yeah, I'm
incomprehensible.
working, but I'm getting
Where
massaged too and shit. She putting her camera down and she had this thing that was just like
so easy to create stories. It's so
rubbing her
easy to do
feet. And then I seen one of them
that the
shits.
web
I think it was like the same
becomes
thing.
impossible
I was like, damn,
to navigate
if I get
and
it,
get
I should have not get it.
Do you worry about this? And if you think it's a real possibility, what can be
But
done
it's just
to make it less likely?
return shit, Amazon return shit, I guess.
Use the internet is likely to somewhat
Be tempted to
change
buy a
whether
box
it's
out
gonna
that bitch. They
take
got
a
surprise
long
boxes for like
time.
$25
But I
and
don't worry about
$50.
it becoming
But you don't know what's in that bitch though.
I
It's
think
tape
you
closed,
already
tape
see a
solid
little
too. You
bit
can't
with,
see in there.
like,
And it's just like,
the way
you
someone
risk it. You
uses
spend
ChatGPT,
$25 and
like,
wind up getting
sometimes get information more
some cool
effectively
shit that you
than
can resell.
going around to like search
you
for
get a
something,
fucking
click around, and this idea
some
that the internet
old
is
Halloween
brought to
costumes or some
you,
dumbass shit that didn't fit
I
right.
think is a cool thing about where AI is going.
Yo, good morning, Dor.
And so I
How's it
think there
going?
will be changes to how we all use the internet like that, but I don't worry about it becoming like incomprehensible, covered with like spam generated articles or anything.
I mean, in a way, listening to hear you say that, I see a world where the internet almost collapses, where it is just
How you doing this morning?
10 or 20 large language models that are your interface. Is that more of what you see?
No, I think people.
This may be the evil scientist. Like in every movie, the evil scientist. This dude may be the evil scientist, yo. Because he's giving us all this technology, but at the same time, this people who've been working with him say this motherfucker don't be truthful with everybody.
And everything is like live rendered for you instantly.
The biggest thing, the one chick said is, she's like, ChatGPT, we didn't know that shit was going live. Everybody at the company, she's like, we found out on Twitter. There's like, oh, chat is live. And then they sat down with Sam and it's like, yo,
Surprise.
why the fuck you ain't touch that shit, bro?
Surprise.
And then, so the board fired this motherfucker.
How you gonna fire the person who made everything?
It's a board. That's so checks and balances. You gotta have a board so that nobody don't do no weird shit. And so the board fired him, and then somehow he got back in there, and then fired everybody who got him out.
Yeah.
And then since he left, I'm good, happy to be up and alive. I'm just getting ready for work. Did you hear that? It's doing nah. What like Meta, like Facebook, Instagram is doing like some artist shit? Yeah, and then 2 weeks ago, another one of his safety advisors left. And he's like, yo, this dude is not, he don't really care about AI safety.
Well, he can't fire the whole company. That's a discrimination or something suit.
No.
A funky suit.
All the people who don't trust him, he got them out. He's like, y'all don't want me to move the way I move, then y'all don't need to be here. And everybody's like, nigga, you moving too fast and you doing shit the wrong way. And he's like, nah.
Because obviously, if you could do it by yourself, you would have been doing it by yourself. You need a team of people to do the other stuff that you can't do because you're one person.
So now he hired a whole new staff, and he put himself on the safety board of OpenAI. How you fire all the safety people and then you put yourself on the safety board?
That's something.
But he want us to have this, and that's why they gave us all that other shit for free now. And I don't know. I'm so excited for all this shit, but a little nervous. I think more excited than nervous.
But I can't imagine that everything just gets to like one website that feels like against all the instincts I have.
Okay.
Next, to talk about AI governance. How do we, as the
So
world,
you heard
how do we
that
contribute
Ukraine?
to making decisions about what
All
to
right,
do
so
with
countries
AI,
have representatives on a national
issues,
scale, like
policies
Ukraine
we
has a
implement. One of the projects
an
Sam was
AI
involved in was World
representative?
that tried to tackle this. It had
it's
other
a fake
elements
person, a
that
made up
caught a lot
person,
of flack.
and now
It had
any
some troubling
news that
elements,
needs
and
that
it looks
Ukraine
like
needs
it's
to
maybe not
broadcast to
going
the
so
world,
well.
they're
But
going to
the
use their
idea
AI
of
representative.
AI governance remains. So Sam, this quote is telling us something interesting. Take a listen.
But this is from an interview you gave to the New Yorker 8 years ago, and you were when I worked there, and you were talking about governance of OpenAI, and you said, we're planning a way to allow wide swaths of the world to elect representatives
Oh, I seen your
to the
post about
governance board
Cora.
of the company. Because if I weren't in on this, I'd be like, why do these?
But that's the thing, though. Once you sign up for any of these platforms,
so tell me about
that's
that
why
quote and your thoughts on it now.
That's why I've seen a lot of people, like, some people even took my stuff off of Instagram before and, like, not said it was their own, but, like, turned it into a meme. And I see I tagged one of my other art homies, like, I swear to God, like, maybe last week or 2 weeks ago, somebody on Facebook used his art as a meme, and I had to tag him in that shit because they didn't tag his name in that shit. But, yo, what up? But, when you read the clauses in these platforms, it says, yo, this is public source. You know, you put stuff up here if you don't definitively trademark or copyright your shit or get your blue check or whatever, like, anybody can use your stuff. So, I mean, yeah, you can dispute it or whatever, but it's hard, especially, like, any of your pictures. Anybody can just pull our shit off of here and make posters or put that shit on a t-shirt or and so that's why a lot of these tech companies that deal with all our data and information are ahead of the curve because they're training their models off of everything we've been doing for the last 25 years. They got so much data on us, of course they're using it, and they're just letting us know, like, oh, we're gonna use your art. Like I said, I was on Midjourney one time, and I had a prompt come up, and it was like in the style of Tim Akamora, and I'm like, yo, I know this motherfucker. Like, that's weird. I was like, yo, it's just, I don't know. And I had to text him. I was like, bro, AI just used your name. He was like, yeah, somebody else told me that shit too. I don't know a way around that shit. Like, how can you not? Like you said, unless you use a new different platform like Core or whatever and start over. But anything we've ever posted so far, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, fucking Snapchat, TikTok, I believe all that shit is public access now. And well, I don't know, because there are business pages. So I think, like, if you specifically have a business art page that kind of protects your stuff a little more or a little different or whatever than just having a regular personal, like, influencer page. I'm not sure how it works. I just know, like, a lot of your stuff isn't protected. You can't, like, get mad if somebody take your shit.
It's been since the beginning of time, though, because how many inventors stole people's shit, specifically a certain community.
Right.
So that's always and forever.
But once again, that's what Elon Musk said on that Joe Rogan interview years ago. Like, we are training the AI. He said that with Google. He was like, you don't think Google uses every keystroke of every search that everybody does every day to train their models better, to see what we're most interested in? Like, right now, you can Google just what is the most searched car, what is the most searched vacation spot, and they can tell you, like, this many people look for it. Like, they've always been using our data. And now the thing is, it can see. It doesn't just read fucking numbers and binary code. These motherfuckers can see images now. But we've been training that shit too. And that's what I've been telling people the whole time. You're right, that's why we should always read the fine print before we... Exactly. But when you think about, like, the way that we've helped even people who don't own electric self-driving cars, we have been helping to train the cars to see. And so when you do the little verification test trying to log on to a website or whatever, and it says check all the boxes that have a crosswalk, check all the boxes that have a stoplight or a stop sign or a bicycle, and you notice it's a bunch of stuff on the streets. And then when you can select the visual image, you're training the AI to say, okay, this is what a stoplight looks like, this is what a crosswalk looks like. And you don't think they use that information to train cars to help drive better? I've been saying that for years. Like all those little tests we do, like all that shit is training data. Without us actually knowing that we're fucking training these things. You say you getting ready for work? I thought you work at night. Goddamn Sam Altman.
With Photo Vibrance, you can transform any photo into a mesmerizing moving image in just a few clicks.
Big AI news today. So, an ex-board member of OpenAI comes out talking about what actually happened during Sam Altman's firing. We covered that a few days ago. Her name is Helen Toner. But today, we get the OpenAI response, as well as some other people that weigh in on whether or not some of the claims that she makes are truthful or not. So let's take a look at that. But before we do, take a listen to this 30-second clip of Eliezer Yudkowsky and tell me, do you agree with what he said?
And that's the double-edged sword that everybody's been saying. Like once we've gotten to a certain point, that's any technology.
What you will hear today will greatly depend on whether you agree with what he is saying.
Should this type of research and development be made against the law?
Yeah, basically. I think that we should
crazy.
track all the GPUs, have international arrangements for all of the AI,
but yeah,
all the training
as far as this technology has gotten now, if we stop advancing, then Russia's going to advance, or China's going to advance, or somebody else is going to pass us, and then we're going to feel like, once again, whoever has the advantage has the advantage. And nobody wants to give up the advantage. And luckily right now, for the most part, like, well, in America, we feel like we're on the cutting edge above everyone else. Because of this company, OpenAI, who's built ChatGPT, which is like the mainstream model. And a lot of other platforms still use this as their base model. I mean, you have other big ones, the Gemini, the Grok, and I forgot the other one. But like most of the smaller LLMs, they're built off of this platform. And so, and still, Grok is based in America, and the Google is based in America. So like America has like some of the biggest models for this shit right now. But at the same time, we don't really know what other countries got, honestly. Because China ain't never really gonna tell because nobody don't trust America. You know what I'm saying? Nobody don't trust us. So Russia ain't gonna tell us what the fuck they working on, really. They not gonna release their shit. And China definitely not gonna tell us what the fuck they working on and how far they advanced with this technology. And you know they watching us. And because a lot of our shit is open source, and that's how they figure it can stay safe is if we open source it. But if you open source it, then everybody has access to it. Everybody has access to this shit.
Very true.
Listening to this sound coming from the Verizon cell phone tower behind his house. After
Alright, let's try to paint for a little minute.
The sound stopped Tuesday afternoon. We asked Verizon what was going on. A spokesperson said there was a false alarm coming from the generator that supports the cell site.
I feel like no matter what app we try to support or work on, they're gonna own everything anyway. So yeah, we're fucked. And that's it, cause it's not ours. Like if we don't have control over it, I mean, we can complain, but so much. That's it. Like, I don't know. And once again, I think, like you said, it's a double-edged sword. But if you know that there is definitely a downside, a negative aspect to it, just try to mitigate that as much as we can with all social media. I really try to use that shit as a tool. You know, as a tool. I just share my art. I try to connect and engage with other like-minded, intelligent people, and even people I disagree with, just so we can have the conversation to see if we can find common ground on some things. And if you can't find common ground, that's cool. Just agree to disagree. But my social media is not like, I don't know, it's not a bunch of fluffy bullshit. I really just try to streamline everything that I share or all the content that I put on my social media as art or informative or political or at least like my political views. And like you say, but a lot of people just use it for OnlyFans and fucking dumbass shit. I don't know. I feel like this is definitely going to add an extra layer of control over like how real opinions and stuff get out. Especially like I say, with fucking a country has a artificial intelligence as a representative for their country. It's like where is this shit going? Are you gonna have AI teachers now? You'll be online school, but the teacher won't be a real person. It's just a bot that looks like a real person. Yeah, and the art world is like one of those last places where gatekeeping is definitely strong and still in effect, because art, it's a $1 billion industry. You know, you can sell a painting for fucking millions of dollars, one little painting for millions. So definitely, like the people at the very top, they're gonna gatekeep everything in that shit because they don't want everybody to be successful like that or to be, um, vindicated as a master artist. I wish I could sell some shit for fucking millions. That's like Kerry James Marshall. I don't know. He was like in his early 50s before he sold his first piece for that much. But then his first like super expensive piece he sold for $22.2 million. $22 million. I'm like, damn, bro. To Puff Daddy. And I kind of like Puff when he did that shit. I was like, all right, Puff, check you out, bro. You know, put the old head art over the top. And so now, since his art has reached that price mark, like all of his shit is considered to be in that price range now, in the multi-million-dollar price range, because one of his pieces got purchased for that much. But once again, it's hard to get up in shit like that because of the gatekeepers. All the gatekeepers. In the past couple weeks, I've had people come in the stream like, damn, man, why aren't you viral yet? Nigga, I don't know. I question the same shit. Just personally, I feel like I have like standout ideas. Like my art is a lot different, you know? And some people may say different in a weird way, but hey, different is different. Why my shit don't go viral? I keep saying I'm gonna stop posting political content on my Instagram, and I only do it in my stories. But I noticed like I can never keep a strong following because I'll gain like 10 people, and then as soon as I post like some pro Trump shit, my numbers like doo 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 doo. I be like, damn. Okay. Gain followers, lose followers, gain followers, lose followers. So, and I think it is because every once in a while I'll post some political shit or some super pro-black shit like white people did this to us, and then people like, nah, nigga, I'm out of here. So I think if I really do keep my Instagram like 100% like strictly art and don't post any kind of political content at all, I might grow more because I've been at the same number of followers for like a couple of years now, and that shit will not go up. Yo, what's good? Yeah, we all got the talent and the gift. We just gotta get it in front of the right people. You know what I'm saying? Once again, all our stuff is different, so we just gotta find our audience. If we can find our right audience, that's no matter what you do. If you're a writer, a musician, songwriter, singer, you know what I'm saying, a movie producer, visual arts, everything. We just gotta find our right audience. But now, like, once again, with the internet and everything, like, it's stiff competition. Really stiff competition. Because you can do almost everything in-house. A lot of this shit that you would need big teams of people to do. Even like with our art, just having a social media page is really free advertisement. We can get our images out to as many people as we can push it to for basically free, where before, I mean, how would artists really get their stuff out other than having big gallery shows and having those galleries advertise and sponsor? The music is the same way. Like, you don't need like really big studios to like sign people and give you a big budget to produce your album and all this shit. Like, people can do a lot of that shit themselves now. You know what I'm saying? And you can market yourself and advertise yourself, and you don't need big distribution chains and big marketing advertisements and stuff like that. Once again, if you use the internet as a tool, I always keep thinking like, what if Tupac had like fucking Apple Music and like, I don't know, like that shit just it seemed harder to break into the music industry back in the day. And I never listened to like XXX, but like people say like him and a couple other guys just came up off of like one or two SoundCloud songs or something. So it definitely helps if you utilize this shit as a tool. It's a fucking shit is powerful as hell. That's right, drag racing. It ain't even 7 o'clock in the morning. Yo, Frankie, what's good, bro? Good morning, Mr. Nathan himself. What you doing, Nate? You gonna jump up in here, bro? I ain't got nobody on YouTube this morning. I know it's early. We the early birds. Top of the morning. Morning. Yo.
I'm finna be an hour late for work, but
How you not giving a fuck about being an hour late to work?
Huh?
How you not caring about being an hour late to work?
Man, look, let me tell you. I work so nigga, so.
Don't act like a nigga.
And the store I work at is black run. Well, not black run, but you know, we had black workers and whatnot. So you know how that go.
Don't perpetuate the nigga stereotypes. Running on, don't be perpetuating those stereotypes running on CP time and shit.
But come on, Travis, though, you know I'm not lying though. I'm not lying. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sadly, but hey. But yeah, man. But like you said, everything you're saying is true. Real talk.
That shit changing super fast. Super fast.
Hell yeah. Like, AI only been out for a whole year last year, and look how this shit took off for this whole new year. I'm like, damn, well, shit. Like they say, technology is advancing.
Yep.
Hey, Frankie. Shit. Not too long ago, about 5 minutes ago, my manager called me just to see if I was still woke. I mean, if I'm still asleep.
Wait a minute. It's 5 something for you, ain't it? What time is it?
Right now in Chicago, it's 5:45.
Yeah, it's already 6:45 here.
Man, Travis. I got some funny stuff to tell you. So, the guy, I tried to date again, try to talk to somebody, right? Like, I only tried to talk to this guy for 3 weeks. You want to hear a funny excuse? Last week, because we were supposed to meet up this past Thursday. You want to hear something funny?
What's that?
So, we plan to go to a garden conservatory at 11:30 in the morning, right? So tell me why 40 minutes to 11:30, this man got the audacity to want me to reschedule either later today, that Thursday day, or Friday the next day. I told this man since Sunday last week, my only days off is Monday and Thursday. And as soon as Thursday come and 40 minutes to 11:30 rolls around, because first of all, this man woke up at 9:49. I'm like, okay. And then when it rolls around like 10:49, going on to 11, which is almost 40 minutes to our scheduled meeting time, this man gonna come up with the stupidest excuse. And I'm like, okay, and mind you, he black. He said, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to reschedule because my cousin's girlfriend water broke and I'm rushing her to the hospital. I'm like, oh, nah, dog.
Frankie said, what happened to the guy from January?
Oh, we broke up since April.
Oh, damn.
I mean, we're cool. I mean, me and him, we cool. We friends. But, this other dude, oh, nah, I have to block his ass real quick. We're coming up with these excuses. And then, like, when I was going to an anime convention, that was back around, like, last month, between the 17th and the 19th for 3 days for the weekend, this nigga having not contact me for 2 weeks, haven't texted me, haven't messaged me. I'm like, you know what? I ain't got time for these. I ain't got time for Hey, look, if you and I'm starting to understand when people say, like, if somebody really interested in you, they will give you their time and make time for you. This motherfucker want to make time. The only time he want to make time is when he's bored.
Oh, damn.
It's okay. They keep passing up on a good girl. They keep getting these tramps.
Hey, hoes is life, yo. And you in Chicago too, man. Look, you got too many options in a big city like that.
Yeah, they can get the trash options. I ain't got time for that shit. I'm 33.
Yeah.
Trying to see what we can build, but motherfuckers want to play around with people's time.
Mm-hmm. You might gotta go to church. Find you one of them good Christian men.
Man, they ain't no good either. What makes you think they good? Shit, we all sinners. Church man. That's the most hypocritical thing, man.
Oh damn.
Churchmen ain't loyal. Shit, they cheat when they married too. Well, you know, I'm hypocritical for saying that too. But it is what it is. You take your chances, right?
Facts. Well, what new art you working on right now?
I still got that outline piece from my other series, the Black Melanin flower series. I haven't painted that yet. I did a digital piece like a week and a half ago.
For Meg.
To get on it. I kind of stopped because I was working on a portrait for my little baby cousin. She just graduated 8th grade this past week. So.
Ain't you doing Meg the Stallion drawing?
Huh?
Ain't you did a Meg the Stallion drawing?
A what draw? Oh yeah. Yeah, that was like a week and a half or 2 ago. Yeah.
That shit was hot.
Because everybody was getting on the trend of drawing her, and I'm like, okay, let me get on this trend. Man, I swear, I just wish I had more free time other than just having 2 days off. Just to do whatever I want. Like, it's crazy. Like, what the fuck can you do in 2 days?
Nothing. Yo, Frank, you jumping in the stream, bro?
It's hard for you. What it is, Travis, it's hard for me. I mean, anybody that works a job 9 to 5 for 40 hours a week. To find the time to do what they love.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
I want to watch TV. I want to watch
no, it ain't.
shows. I want to play my video.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much things that
no, it ain't. It ain't hard.
It
ain't hard. I keep telling everybody that excuse. That shit don't work with me. Because I paint every day. Alright, I try to paint every day. All you gotta do is just watch a little less TV or do a little less something else. I play ass of video games, a lot of video games. I play sometimes I play more video games than I paint, but I still find time to paint every day. Right now, up early as shit.
But Travis, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I got so much shit going on with this whole living situation, trying to find ways to stack money. Still trying to find ways to stack money because, like,
I know.
I still pay utilities, gotta pay this man rent, and still trying to save money, man. That's hard.
I know. Shit, that's.
I'm like, shit. I just wish this dude would have told me this like a whole year ago. I would have not tried to make bad choices.
But he ain't say nothing else about selling that building though, did he?
No, not yet.
All right, well, you still got time.
The building, it gotta get fixed up because the building is so fucking old. Like, this is like his mama and his daddy building. Like, it's old. It got to the point where, shit. He been trying to sell this building for the last 8 years. He was trying to sell this building to my ex-boyfriend.
You say Travis makes the time. It works out.
Huh?
Now I was reading Frankie comments. Hey, facts, bro.
No, I'm talking about my late ex-boyfriend from 8 years ago. He's trying to sell this building for $200,000. I'm like, damn. That's a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. It seemed like a lot to us.
But it's because it's in a good area. Because first and foremost, we by the lakefront. There's a harbor. There's a couple of beaches. There's a golf course right across the street from where I am. They building an Obama library.
Obama library? Whoa. Whoa. Hey.
I'm not gonna be living here because they're gonna rack that price up to $2,000.
You said they building an Obama library.
Yeah, they building an
crazy. Why this motherfucker need a library named after him?
So to be honest, I ain't got no choice but to move. I'm not gonna stay here. Shit, I can't afford 2,000 rent. Shit, I'm not working that type of job.
You'll figure it. It'll work out.
I just wish most of our the black community can be a little more intelligent instead of just being so. We are so. Most of us are so distracted by so many things. It's so messed up that we're already at the bottom of the triangle.
Yo, really? Ain't nobody on YouTube all morning?
They pulled up to Toronto,
It got to the point, Travis, that I realized that I need to move somewhere.
I just posted one on Instagram. It's an Asian dude in fucking China rapping that shit.
No, he went to Canada, to Toronto. Can I hear it?
Everybody. Yo, that's
crazy. He hit the OVO. Everybody was just looking at him like, dude.
What hours you got to work today?
Shit, I was supposed to be there 5 to 1. I'm moving on 6 to 2, which is not bad.
It's already 6 o'clock. How you gonna be there 6 to 2? It's already 6.
Well, shit, I'll make up my time.
You ain't even left the house yet.
Huh?
You ain't even left the house yet.
I'm waiting for my Uber.
Oh. What you eating?
A donut.
That ain't breakfast.
Hey, excuse me, sir. We can eat. Come on now.
Hey, ain't you about to go make some cakes?
Huh?
Ain't you about to go make some cakes? You about to be around you about to be around pastries all morning, and the first thing you start out is with some pastries.
That's the closest, is easy and cheapest thing you can afford. You know how much a carton of eggs costs?
You ain't lying.
$78. Goose damn that's it. Well, good thing I'm lactose intolerant. I don't have to drink milk. I can't even drink my oat milk or almond milk anymore. Because I learned that they put canola oil in it, and sunflower, whatever oil it is, and oil in general, if it's not the good oil, it gives us inflammation and give us arthritis in our bones. So I can't even drink that.
No.
Well, I can. I just have to drink it in moderation.
Everything is poison. Everything.
Man, government trying to kill us. Like,
not really. I could
I'm gonna live at least
till
till 90. Shit.
No, I was just thinking in the next like 20 minutes or so it's gonna start cooking.
Guess I'm gonna have to be a farmer.
Uh-oh.
I got 2 minutes until my ride comes.
How far away your job is?
Huh?
How far is your job?
If you take an Uber, it'd be 15 to 10 minutes, depending on the speed of the Uber. If you were to take public transportation, 45 to an hour.
Oh, damn. Yo, good morning. What's good, guys?
$45 for 1 hour.
Yeah, Uber, where it's at, man.
Yep.
I just remember when I was a kid, like, everybody told me never get in a car with a stranger. Now, like, that's the easiest way to get around is just getting in cars with strangers.
What you say about
I said when I was a kid, my parents always told me never to get in the car with strangers. Now, that's the easiest way to get around is just get in the car with a stranger.
Pretty much. It's the world we live in.
That's it. They gonna be a serial killer out there who just got a Lyft sticker in his window. This motherfucker ain't even no Lyft driver. Just go to the fucking club after hours and be like, hey, you ordered a Lyft? Man, start snatching bodies. That's what I be thinking. Like, how you know this motherfucker really your fucking Uber? Uber murder. The Uber murders.
Travis.
I ain't trying to spook you.
Hit him with the Uber. Uber murders.
The Uber murders. I've never used that service before, but they say it's convenient as shit though. Especially when.
Hey, let me say this. You will meet some cool people doing Ubers besides the fact of, serial killers and molesters and predators and whatever.
But nah, like you say, if it takes damn near 40 minutes using public trans and it's only 15 minutes taking an Uber, yeah, why not?
Well, the difference is because, they routed the routes.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, when you take an Uber, you just use GPS. You get the fastest routes.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. It's up to you if you take public transportation to figure out your own route with the buses and whatnot.
Yo, Sketch, good morning, bro. What's good, bro? Hey, all them art buddies up early as shit. No, I was talking to Sketch. What's good with you, bro? What you doing this morning? No, I was talking to Sketch. We over here, we painting bananas this morning.
No, man. Oh, I forgot today is
Sunday. Yeah, y'all supposed to be in church, ain't it?
I know that.
Praising the Lord, reading the gospel, spreading the word.
What a beautiful day. It's cloudy. Later today. Hello, how are you? Good. Glendora?
Got that old lady name.
That's the names we got out in this world, in this generation.
What you name for? I was named after my grandma, Glendora. Why you sound like a witch? You hear me, Dora?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Why your name sound like the one of the good witches?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. My daddy's name is Glenn, and since I have a twin brother, my brother's name is Glenn Jr. So I don't know what my mom was thinking about. I was told that partially my name came from that old TV show back in her time, Bewitched.
I knew it was something about a witch. Hey, Glendora. It sounds like a wizard or a witch name. It's cool though. It's very unique. I've never heard it before.
I like my name, but I really wish my mom would have named me my middle name. I really like that name.
What's that?
Delilah.
That's a cool name. You got classical names. Delilah. That's from the Nah, that's biblical, yo. That's Delilah's in the Bible. That's a biblical name. That name old as hell.
Yes. Like I said, it's better than the names that this generation give.
I know, right?
Kids.
I always wish I had I like all the Bible names. Emmanuel, Ezekiel, I don't know why those names always sound cool as shit to me.
Man. As long as nobody gets the name Lilith, I'm good. Are you gonna make this another series too?
This is already a series. I'm just adding to it.
How many you had so far?
3.
3?
Yeah, this the 4th one. And then I was chatting with one of my other art buddies. Jumped in the stream yesterday, and she had a really good suggestion. She's like, "Why ain't you never do paintbrushes and paint?" I was like, "Motherfucker, I don't know why I ain't never thought of that." And with paint, like I can get like some really bright colors, like some neon colors. Like I was like, you know what? I don't know why I didn't think about paint and paintbrushes. I told her the same thing. I hope you don't think I'm giving you credit for that shit, cause I'm not. If I can't, I'm not. No, I told my art buddy I'm not giving her credit for the idea she gave me. I'm just not. I don't do that. Cause motherfucker be taking my shit. I'm taking. She's like, no, you good. She's like, I thought it was a good idea. I was like, all right.
Oh, are you gonna do one with flowers?
I want to do one. Yeah, I thought about flowers, and then also thought about like bubbles, like a bubble bath. And now I have another idea about paintbrushes and paint.
Nice.
So I can add at least like 3 more to this series.
I was about to ask you, so how did it go to, because I remember the last time we was live, you was saying that following week, I think this was like around back in probably April, that you were supposed to be going to a gallery. I think it was one of the artists that invited to the one that you was telling me about the series that, you know, the Whisper series.
Oh yeah,
How did that go?
I rode down to New York with one of my art friends, and I thought he was like, so the flyer that he used for that show was that one painting, and it's just like, I was like, did he do a whole series like this? But he didn't. I really had to go see it in person. But one thing, like, I love his art, and no lie, I have implemented one of his techniques in my own art, but not his ideas or his concepts. I just use a technique. But like seeing how close that image looked to mine, like when I got there, it was the only painting he had in the show that was like that. But nah, I definitely had to go check that shit out in person. I try to see his stuff in person as much as I can anyway. Like he's one of my favorite living artists, and it's kind of weird that like I have his cell phone number. Like I can text the guy, and he texts me back and stuff too. And I even like sent my paintings to him. I was like, damn, bro, your shit looks like mine. I was like, that shit look a lot alike, man. He's like, oh yeah.
Oh, you did.
Huh?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, but he was like, yeah, that's cool. And then I took a selfie of us at the show and sent that to him too. He didn't post it on his social media, but he was like, oh, thanks for the pic, bro. But nah, he only had the one painting like that. And once again, I like when I sent him some images of my stuff, I was like, I really said, great minds think alike, which is, it could be just a straight coincidence that he did that piece, you know, and is from his own imagination, from whatever thoughts he had. But man, I'm sticking with the Whisper series so hard because I haven't seen that anywhere else. I haven't seen anyone do something like that, and so seeing someone else do something like that, it kind of triggered me a little bit. Like, what the fuck? You know how hard it is to have original ideas, original concepts, and then seeing that shit somewhere else is like, wait a minute. So did we think of this?
It's very common that happens. Trust me.
Yeah, that's what I had to say too.
I
like,
just take it with a grain of salt, where like, you know, people are going to look at other people's artwork for references to get inspiration and ideas, and try to, you know, create it and make it their own. So I mean, that's the reason why I don't get upset about it. Most people would, but I'm like, I mean,
no, I take it as a compliment.
You gotta use it some way somehow.
Yeah, it's kind of a compliment to me that a well-established artist who is like has a really big name and a big following can even get like inspiration from my art, even if that's where they got it from. Like I say, we probably just had the same idea, which is very, very plausible. But then I look at the fact that he is aware of my art. It's not like you don't know me or you haven't seen my art.
And Travis, like, I know people be saying like you need to go live with doing your paper or doing your case. I said I can't because I work in a store that plays radio music.
And that Instagram shut that shit every time. You could probably do it on if you can do a YouTube live. YouTube is more lenient with that, and they'll let the stream stay up the whole time. But when the stream is over, they'll say, "Oh well, we're not going to post this content in this country or this country because of copyright reasons." But yeah, that's why I don't really play anything in here now when I'm on Instagram because they just shut that shit right down. It's cloudy as hell out there. All right, Dora, I'm gonna let you go. I'm about to end this stream. All right, I'll chat with you later. I tried to get Sketch to come in there, and Frankie was on there, but neither one of them wanted to jump in. Like, have an art conversation. I like talking to Dora because she'll talk about art sometimes, but she be just negative Nancy on a lot of stuff. Oh, woe is me, and I'm like, all right, Dora. You about to leave already?
I was supposed to start cooking, babe. I can wait, I guess.
It's all good. Go ahead.
What time you want to go to Dave and Buster's? I'm not rushing you, I'm just asking.
I was gonna do that for like lunch or dinner or something like that.
Alright. Well, man, it's only 7 o'clock, but we've also been up since like 5 a.m. And we went to bed at like, I don't know what time. Way too early. But I mean, it's not gonna take me long to throw the food together. I can do that and then come back up here. I guess I don't have to fry the chicken now, but I was trying to cook everything and then just have it done and be out the way. But I'll cook the chicken later and just make breakfast. You definitely have a lot of good ideas. And I can see like the contrast with the, even though both the toes are white, this one got the white background, that one got the dark background. Strawberries and bananas is cute.
Yeah, I try to keep those in here for reference now because everybody's like, what is this? And I'm like, this is a fucking series.
I forgot this was the 4th one. I'm like, what's the 3rd one? And then I forgot the other one with the black toes. I totally forgot about that one. Didn't you do like 2 of those?
Yeah, there's 2 weed ones.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, 1 strawberry.
I think the bubble bath sounds cool, but the pink does too. I saw somebody do that though. They did like a couple, and they were laying in the bed, and they were just like full body covered in pink. I thought it was a cool idea. Did you want something in particular?
Not really.
I was thinking about just making the croissants with eggs and some sausage, but if you want like pancakes or something else, I'll make that instead.
I could really do like a cold breakfast, like fruit and yogurt, but I don't think I got any of that shit.
I bought apples.
Yeah, sausage. Oh, you already cooked that sausage too, didn't it? So yeah, some egg. No?
That's just for you to have, like, That's like lunch and dinner sausage. I got breakfast maple sausage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you can do that.
Yeah. Some scrambled eggs, I guess, if you want it that way. And there's croissants. We don't even have to eat the croissants. But, and I got those good apples, the ocean apples.
Ocean Crisp?
Yeah.
I was looking for those. I couldn't find those.
I got them at Walmart. And I think, isn't that where we got them last time?
Yeah, but the last time I went to Walmart over here, when they had that meat freeze.
They didn't have them.
Nope.
Yeah, they don't sell them in Maryland, so I don't know. But I got 4 of them, and they're nice and juicy.
I must have went there right before a shipment or something came in. And then somebody, I was talking to them at work, you know what Jennifer said? She was like, maybe their units went out, and they had to take all the meat out. Yeah, I was like, you know what? I never thought. Because the one time we went, it was very little meat in there. But that last time, there was no meat at all. Like, no meat. And I was like, did they sell out? Did the shipment? And she was like, maybe their fridges broke or something. I was like, eh. But like I said, they ain't had those apples in there either that time. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Right. I don't know, driving all the way to Walmart, then get disappointed like motherfuckers.
Yep, sounds about right. Yeah, that Hazleton Walmart or something else, but that's where I found them.
You better be careful there aren't no Chechen spies following you, though. I mean, only if you're a special ops soldier living near Fort Bragg. This story caught my eye because I know there was just a murder a few kilometers away from Fort Bragg. A 23-year-old female soldier was murdered in her home or where she was staying. Moving on. Basically, a guy was on Buddy's property taking pictures, allegedly. Apparently, the guy attacked him. The Chechen man attacked the colonel. The colonel was packing, obviously, so that got taken care of. A lot of questions about, like, why was, he said he was there for a utility stop. And so they found his buddy, who was another Chechen man. They had Russian cell phones. I mean, stay safe out there, soldiers. Oh, ha!
Whether you call her Dadi, Nani, or Amama, Grandma knows a sweet treat makes any meal special. So come to McDonald's and treat yourself to the Grandma McFlurry today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
connection protected. Be more cyber zen. Get NordVPN. Enjoy cleaner, safer, and more private internet daily.
Kids in the house.
There they go. Putting up them towers. Now, it don't matter if you switch, Love Jones. It don't matter if you switch. They all on the same network. Keep in mind, Verizon is the majority owner of these towers.
How you doing? Good. What you guys doing up there?
Cellular work.
Cellular work. Is that what those things are for?
Yeah, cell antennas.
Man, I've been seeing so many of them pop up all around town.
Oh, yeah?
Like every quarter mile.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. How many of them do we need?
I don't know. They reach every, they bounce off each one, so, every 2 miles or something, I guess.
Every 3
bounce
miles.
Off each one.
There's one right there in front of Safe.
Every 3 miles. Listen to him. But the reason why I said Verizon own all of the towers, it really doesn't make any difference because T-Mobile and all the rest of those companies will contract through Verizon to borrow their towers. That's how they're getting the signal. So I don't want you to think that they're all using their own separate towers. They're all using the same towers. Okay? They're all using the exact same towers. But Verizon is the majority owner of the majority of them.
Hey, look.
Yeah, it's probably another carrier.
I could throw a rock at it. Yeah, so close.
That's probably another carrier.
Are you guys gonna?
See, he gonna say that's probably another carrier.
Yeah, you don't need them every 3 miles. They spread them
Look,
out.
he gonna say that's probably another carrier, but yet he right there to go maintenance that tower. Don't believe that
I
crap.
don't know. There's probably a T-Mobile or something. This is AT&T, so everyone, every.
So are you guys?
Look, see, that one right there, T-Mobile. That one right there, maybe AT&T. Everyone's right here. Y'all off the same thing.
Camouflage that
It's
way?
the same thing.
Like make it look like a palm tree, church steeple, clock tower? No, because I've seen a lot of those too.
Yeah.
Why do you guys, or who camouflages them and why?
Oh, we do it. We camouflage. It depends on, like, in the higher, richer areas, whatever, they say it's an eyesore, so I don't know.
So they camouflage them too.
Yeah. You know what's really strange about those things is that, well, aside from the fact that there's a notice on the bottom saying that the radiation they emit, or the frequency they emit, the RF frequency they emit, is exceeds the limits for population exposure.
Yeah.
So that's kind of upsetting.
Yeah.
And also something very that I find quite disturbing and alarming is that the fact that you go to I think it's called antennalocator.com.
Yeah.
Which is you're able to,
all over located.
Exactly, it shows where all these Gwen towers are at, and then it shows you, like, say 1 through 16 or whatever, like the number of panels that are on it, and only like the first 2 or 3 panels it will show, what company or corporation owns them, what they're emitting, what they're used for, the address, even a phone number to call if you're concerned.
Yeah.
And then from like number 3 through 16, there's absolutely no information. It says private, information not available, owners not listed, not available.
It's
to the
military.
public, and there's absolutely no number you can call. And it seems apparently.
All right, so let me explain what he's talking about. The other ones where you don't have, commercial companies on board is usually military. It's usually military borrowing those same towers, but they're going to be on different channels per se. On the same tower though, just different towers. It's military. That will be also airplane. That will also be emergency personnel like your police. Ambulance, fire department, that they're all tapped into the same one.
Guys that are putting them up don't know who some of these panels belong to or what they're actually doing.
Yeah, I know. So I've been doing this for like 10 years. And down the road, I don't know. We haven't had no side effects yet, but yeah, it says, you were supposed to stay like, most of it emits from the front. We got RF monitors and stuff.
Oh, is that right?
We have up there, but I mean, usually 3 to 6 feet. You don't, I don't know, you can sit in front of them all day. It's the microwaves that are more concerning, I think.
Is there microwaves coming out of there too?
No, the microwaves are like, you see them sometimes on other bigger towers. They're big round circles.
Oh, I've seen those. They're kind of like drums.
Yeah.
They have like a thunderbolt on them sometimes.
Yeah, you don't want to be in front of those. They'll cook you like a microwave from inside.
So, I mean, what do you mean when you say in front? You mean like directly in front or living in the area?
Or like directly, say if you're working up there, if you're
like a few feet.
Yeah, it'll like boil your blood from inside out.
It's pretty scary. Sounds like kind of like what
And these, you can get sick from these too if you're in front of them a long time. You'll if you have metal or fillings in your teeth, you'll start tasting metal.
Plates. Wow.
Start tasting metal in your mouth.
That's kind of creepy. That's scary.
Zip to your stomach maybe, so you get out from front of them.
But get this, wireless.
Now I understand that the guy was telling him that it's going to be the bigger towers that emit the radiation. Don't get it twisted. All of these towers emit radiation. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. Whether if you're close or far away, it will still do it. It's just going to be at lower or higher frequencies. Yes, the closer that you are, the more dangerous. Okay? That is true. The closer that you are, the more dangerous, but don't get it twisted. Everybody will still be affected by it. Including, I'm talking about as far as living beings are concerned. From the trees on down. That affects everyone. It doesn't matter. And then on top of that, if they putting it up like he said I think he said 2 to 3 miles, that makes it even worse. You got a constant, set of EMF or EF frequencies going on. Yeah, that's still radiation, guys. I don't know why he would tell him that, but that's still dangerous. The job that the technician is doing is dangerous. Can he get sick? Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
Companies in the U.S. say they'll have to install about 300,000 new antennas for the rollout of 5G. That is roughly equal to the total number of cell phone towers built over the past 3 decades.
3? Wow. I'm going to go back. Let's do that again.
Install about 300,000 new antennas.
300,000 new antennas for the 5G, for the 5G network.
Rollout of 5G. That is roughly equal to the total number of cell phone towers built over the past 3 decades.
That's a lot.
The faster network could create new potential for work and play, but but it's also leading to new concerns. 5G requires the installation of new equipment across the U.S.
So this pole here is 5G. This is the future right here.
You got it.
Every wireless company is working to build its own 5G network. Melissa Arnoldi leads AT&T's efforts.
If you don't already have one of these in your neighborhood, they're coming.
That's absolutely right. They're coming.
She says 5G uses high-frequency waves that support faster speeds, but don't travel as far as current wireless frequencies. So instead of
that's why they're gonna have
large cell
repeaters.
phone towers spread far apart, they need small cell sites that are much closer together.
We're going to use our existing infrastructure today, whether it's light poles, whether it's street lights. We're going to make sure that we don't make it obtrusive to our customers and to the citizens.
Yet some don't share the enthusiasm.
The cell towers are called small cell towers, but they're not so small when they're in your front yard.
Donna Barron is protesting plans to convert light poles in her Montgomery County, Maryland neighborhood into small cell sites.
This will cause
I don't like Mo County, but shout out to
several
Maryland.
people who raised health concerns at a government hearing last month.
This stuff is untested on kids. Their safety is not certain. These untested technologies are, at this time, not ready to be unleashed into our lives.
Trying to
Cell
tell
phone
y'all.
equipment emits radiation, but research on its health effects has been inconsistent. According to the National Cancer Institute, a limited number of studies have shown some evidence of statistical association of cell phone use and brain tumor
And hold up.
risks, but most studies have found no association.
Now, National Cancer Institute, you know they've been bought out. Straight up. When it was multiple studies done. And still to this very day, they're giving the same exact excuse. There's so much money being poured into these people, like the National Cancer Institute, not admitting to the studies that has been done, peer-reviewed. Scientists all over the place. They know that this is dangerous and they don't care.
If you lose this fight and a pole goes in right here, are you going to move?
Possibly.
Either way, Barron says she fears property values could plummet when 5G equipment pops up.
If a tower goes up right there, what's going to happen to the value of that home?
It could drop 20%.
Wow. Not only for this house.
Right, for that house, that house, that house.
Wow.
And then, pretty soon, you go around the curve and there's another cell tower. They're all through this neighborhood. So it's going to devastate the neighborhood.
Arnoldi insists her workers are focused on safety, pointing out they live and work near this equipment too.
Do you have any 5G antennae in your neighborhood yet?
No, not yet. I'm waiting for it. It's coming soon, though. It's coming soon.
So I'm guessing from that reaction, then you're very comfortable with it rolling out in your neck of the woods.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We are joining scientific researchers in 41 other countries, including the US and the UK, who are warning that 5G is going to pose a massive public health risk. It's not been made.
Former president of Microsoft. I'm gonna just let that sink in.
Clear to the public that 5G won't just be another number and letter on your cell phone. It requires an entirely new infrastructure of thousands of small cellular antennas to be erected throughout cities where it's going to be installed. But so far, the only public discourse on 5G has been whether we should let a Chinese company install it or not.
And millions of people are going to be exposed to a new type of radiation called millimeter waves. These are an integral part of the 5G technology. This will bring with it an additional layer of microwave exposure. There will be thousands of new antennas installed. Small cell antennas could be placed as close as every third hydro pole. And local planning authorities and people who live in these areas will have absolutely no say regarding their deployment. What the telecom industry has not mentioned in all of the advertising about 5G is that these are new frequencies that have been never tested for their long-term biological and health effects. Millimeter waves are currently being used in airport scanners and by the U.S. military as a form of crowd control. The name of that system is called the active denial system. At high intensities, these waves cause intense heat and pain, send sweat glands on the surface of our skin and act like miniature antennas.
Yes. Chinese that's where they're getting these towers from. That same tower, that's what I meant to grab. It started with a K. That's the same company that they said that they got how can I explain this? The not the cure, but the treatment from. for 19. And it started with a K. K-W-E. Damn, I meant to grab that. That's what I forgot to get.
Everybody's 5 times better
but
off
that
than they used
same
to
company.
be. The world is not driven by greed. It's driven by envy. So the fact that everybody's 5 times better off than they used to be, they take it for granted. All they think about is somebody else has having more now, and it's not fair that he should have it and they don't. That's the reason that God came down and told Moses that he couldn't envy your neighbor's wife or even his donkey. And so it's built into the nature of things. It's weird for somebody my age because I was in the middle of the Great Depression and the hardship was unbelievable. I was safer walking around Omaha in the evening than I am in my own neighborhood in Los Angeles after all this great wealth and so forth. So, and I have no way of doing anything about it. I can't change the fact that a lot of people are very unhappy and feel very abused after everything's improved by about 600% because there's still somebody else who has more.
Facts that will mess with your perception of time. Martin Luther King and Anne Frank would be the same age if they were alive today, and they still would have been 7 years younger than Betty White was. Queen Elizabeth and Marilyn Monroe would be the same age as well. Here they are meeting each other when they were 30 years old. So George Washington died 25 years before the first dinosaur fossil was found, which means George Washington did not know about the existence of dinosaurs. Woolly mammoth were still walking around the earth 1,000 years after the pyramids were built. Also, Cleopatra was alive closer in time to the moon landings than the building of the Great Pyramid. Tobey Maguire was the same age when No Way Home released as William Dafoe was when the first Spider-Man premiered. Sharks are older than the rings of Saturn by hundreds of millions of years. If you were given $10,000 every day since the pyramids were built, you would only have about 6% of Elon Musk's entire wealth. To give a clearer picture on the difference between a million and a million seconds ago was a little over a week ago, and a billion seconds ago was the year 1990. Harriet Tubman was born in Thomas Jefferson's lifetime and died in Reagan's. Every single atom in your body is billions of years old. And lastly, Oxford University existed hundreds of years before the Aztec Empire was formed. Facts that will mess with your perception of time. Martin Luther King and Anne Frank would be the same age if they were alive today, and they still would have been 7 years younger than Betty White was. Queen Elizabeth and Marilyn Monroe would be the same age.
Some are born in Rome, some are born as oxen and horses. In the Congo of Africa, there is such a wooden pedal car. It doesn't need oil or electricity and only requires 2 steamed buns per 100 kilometers. This is the iconic wooden pedal car that supports the entire town's GDP. People only need to bring a few sturdy pieces of wood, find Mr. Udetuo at the village entrance, and they can handcraft one. Its unique wheels are equipped with only 2 metal bearings in the entire vehicle and are reinforced with imported high-quality tire skin. Then, the vehicle frame is nailed together with steel nails, and a brand new wooden pedal car is made. As for how fast this car is, I can only tell you it speeds up to 70 miles per hour. The braking device of this car is just a piece of rubber. If it is accidentally lost, whether it can stop the car depends on how thick the soles of your feet are. Udetuo pioneered the new trend of African wooden pedal cars with just a pair of skillful hands, driving the entire... Some are born in Rome.
There's 2 types of minimalism. There's...
Listen, when I don't have on no makeup, dudes, they be on me. Niggas be, they out. They be, hey, let me get your number, let me take you out. When I have on makeup, girls be trying to talk to me. So I had to sit down one day, I had to think about it. If you're really looking for a husband, man, you ain't gotta wear no makeup. Men are trying to see how you look. They ain't on none of that stuff that we be doing. They don't want you to get no wax. They don't want you to wear no makeup. They don't want you to wear no lashes. And at this point, man, I owe the men an apology. Men are really out here just really want to appreciate just how you look. You get what I'm saying? You feel me? But I'm going to have to defend the women on this one because we thought that y'all liked all that. Then I had to realize it. Dudes don't really be stepping to me. Not that they don't think I'm cute when I be fixed up, but it's when I don't have nothing on, when I be bald, nothing, they be right there, and I be man, this dude lying. He capping. Then girls be trying to talk to me when I have on makeup. So I'm women, when we be putting on all that stuff, we must be doing it for women. We must be doing it to meet the beauty standards of another woman. Women try to talk about women who don't have on makeup. But dudes really looking for women who don't have on makeup. And when I say makeup, I'm talking about like the BBL, all that. Dudes really don't be on that for real. They really just don't. You get what I'm saying? So ladies, I'm just letting you know, man. Hey, big dog, it ain't gonna be none of you. Listen, when I don't have on no makeup, dudes, they be on me. The niggas be, they out. They be, hey, let me get your number, let me take you out. When I have on makeup, girls be trying to talk to me. So I had to like sit down one day, I had to think about it. If you really looking for a husband, man.
Wayne The Rock Johnson had a problem. See, everybody thought
And as if Meet the Grams wasn't enough, Kendrick released a song called Not Like Us, which is the catchiest way to call somebody a I've ever heard in my life. You be dancing to it, forgetting what the song is about. Like, you know. And then Drake released The Heart Part 6. And I think that's when he lost. I think... Because in The Heart Part 6, he's like, this was all part of my plan. We fed you information about me for you to say, so everything that you said is wrong. And don't you feel dumb now that I tricked you? And it just kind of felt like, like what a kid, okay, like when you play rock, paper, scissors, and you do rock. And the other kid does scissors, and they're like, no, actually, these are lasers. Ba-pow, 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 ba-pow. Because I was like, Drake, if it was part of your plan to feed Kendrick information about you for him to rap about very well, by the way, like even if those are lies, they do sound good and they sound very true. Even if you fed him all this information about you to rap about to then look dumb when it was wrong, why'd you send him that stuff? That's the worst stuff you could send somebody. Hey, tell him this thing about me that's not true but was true once, and tell him I'm a thing that no one wants to be. And as if Meet the Grams wasn't enough, Kendrick released a song.
if this rapper wasn't ignored, he could have been one of the greatest today. Far too many rappers have been taken from us at a young age, like X, Juice WRLD, and Pop Smoke, just to name a few. But at least those rappers achieved huge success. That wasn't the case with Capital Steez, aka the biggest what if in hip-hop. Steez would grow up in Flatbush and began rapping at just 9 years old. In high school, he honed his craft and eventually founded the rap group Pro Era alongside his friend Powers Pleasant. The duo would recruit members CJ Fly, Dirty Sanchez, and most notably, Joey Badass. In 2012, the collective dropped their debut project while both Steez and Joey released their own mixtapes. From all the mixtapes they dropped, Joey's 1999 tape was the one blowing up, and this is where the two front runners of Pro Era would start experiencing a little drama. Leaked screenshots would reveal Steez venting to his label Cinematic Music Group for not focusing on him. He believed himself to be an afterthought on his own label. According to his friends, he slowly descended into madness. For example, he would disregard the Christian faith he grew up on and obsessed over the number 47 and became fascinated with the apocalypse. And on December 23rd, 2012, he sent out a tweet at 11:59 p.m. that simply read "The End" and took his leap of faith off the top of the Cinematic Music Group building. Rest in peace, Capital Steez. If this rapper wasn't ignored, he could have been one of the greatest today. Far too many rappers have been taken from us at a young age, like X, Juice WRLD, and
Summer Blockbuster. Here's the plot. You get hot and ready Crazy Puffs for just $3.99 and have more time for summer. The end. Walk in between 4 and 8 for your hot ready favorites like $3.99 Crazy Puffs. Pizza, pizza.
Thank you.
You're not ready yet?
Yeah. I'll come down to eat. You gonna eat now or no?
Yeah.
I'll eat whenever you eat.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna eat now, but I'll wait for you to come down.
We killed Osama and plenty innocent people died. We should see the signs, but we Stevie blind. No disrespect to the man or the legend, but I'm sick and tired of asking my